I have a history of recovery. That's kind of my background. I struggled with some drug and alcohol addiction majority of my life. 4 years ago, I had an encounter with Jesus, and part of your recovery, part of your staple in recovery, is serving your community, giving back. That was something that helped me stay sober in the beginning. It quickly became a passion of mine. During that time, I had met some folks that were doing homeless outreach in Macon. The ministry was called the Train Trestle Ministry, and I started volunteering with them. And that's where I got to network with community leaders that was doing homeless outreach in Macon. Light of Christ Ministry was one of them. Kevin and Jamie Norrell are a big part of homeless outreach in Macon, and I started networking with them. We started providing meals for their services in downtown Macon once a month. And then around June of this year, my home church, the Assembly of Warner Robins, they wanted to give back to the community here in Warner Robins. They have a heart for the city, and they just wanted to make a difference here. So they come to me, and they knew that I was involved in homeless outreach, and they asked for some input. And they decided to do an outreach here in Warner Robins. AFGE allowed us to do an outreach right here in their parking lot. So it was a great event. We were able to help the community. There was actually an individual that came to that event. He gave his life to Christ that day. Now, just so happened that a month later, he was hit right here in front of AFGE, Mr. Christopher Milan. So the heartwarming part of that story is he gave his heart to Christ right here in this parking lot in June, and it was probably a month later that he went home to the Lord in the same location that he gave his life to Christ. So that was a touching moment. I still get teared up when I think about it, but that was our first event with the Assembly here in Warner Robins. We regrouped and we come together last month as a small group. We partnered with Officer Brian Wise. He's a member of our church, and Maria Goss helps us financially. And we had a very successful homeless outreach right here last month where we served over, I believe it was around 80 folks. We served hot meals, hygiene bags. We have folks giving haircuts, clothing needs. And it was just an amazing outreach where a lot of people came together, multiple organizations come together and just serve the community.